Good morning on Monday. Survived one more night in that bed, but I get like maybe 6 hours is the maximum I could ever lay there, and it's not in comfort. There's a lot of tossing and turning, and who cares anymore? You don't care about that part of this journey. So it's, what time is it? It's 6:35, and I just made some coffee. Mike has been up since 5:30. Same situation, the bed's too hard. And I'm just uploading the next video to YouTube right now. Our day from yesterday, where you learn about how great this bed is, but how amazing the view is. And again, the Airbnb is very nice. It's very compact, but it's what we knew in booking it. So we're gonna pack ourselves up. At 12:20, we check out of here. 12:30, we're on our way to Hoi An, World Heritage Site, UNESCO site. And Mike booked this Airbnb. It looks fantastic. I think it even has a swimming pool, so he went luxury on us. So we'll see you in a little bit after I get some coffee in me. Okay, last morning in Da Nang, creatures of habit. We are heading back to Plant-Based Food Cafe, and lesson learned yesterday, not getting a big bowl and toast, but I'll figure out something good. Felt a little cooler this morning, so we've got these glass doors that open up onto the balcony that we have, and it opens the whole thing up, like many modern places in the US or there in Switzerland when I lived there, so that your inside and outside was one. So I did it thinking, oh, this is great. It's a perfect morning. It's not warm. 5 minutes later, I had that thing shut up and I was sweating from across the room. Just the humidity. I'm sure it has a lot to do with how much I weigh and how much weight I need to lose, as well as just not used to the humidity. Humidity this time of year at home comes in the form of dry snow and very cold air. So, all right, we'll pick it back up. I'm sure you're so waiting in anticipation what we're gonna have for breakfast. So I'm sure you can file a lot of what it is I'm recording under overshare, but it's good memories for me to remember, especially as I get older and can look back on this trip. So just humor me. See you soon. Okay, we may have a crisis here. Our first Tet casualty. They're closed, so I'm gonna go find a new place to get something to eat. Bonnie's gonna be so disappointed. Okay, we found ourselves in a local restaurant, Miss Nee, if I've pronounced it correctly. That's where we are, and we made the beautiful discovery that they have those wonderful, what we call the Vietnamese tacos yesterday, which are pancakes to them. It is called the Central Vietnamese style pancake. So we're gonna get those, and we're gonna get some coffee and some water, and maybe order a little more after that.
Oh, you did this. I didn't did the
That's it. The spring rolls have arrived. Those look very familiar. Shrimp toast, I'm guessing. Isn't that what they are? These? These things? Kind of like the pads in your broth.
No, I don't think it's a shrimp one.
Deep fried broth pads. Thank you, Mike, for clearing that up. I'm so glad I brought my GoPro. I wasn't going to bring it to breakfast. I said I'm not bringing it again because we had already been to this restaurant a couple of times. But so we've ordered our meal, and we all got the same thing based off of being at the night market last night. And well, We thought it was going to be smaller than it was. We now have 4 of those. Here's the second one. And they had to move a second table over by us. So this is just slightly embarrassing.
I think we're only getting one of these though.
I
hope.
don't have any words. Well, better start eating. It's not going to eat itself. Okay, this is what's on the table now. And I'm afraid there's one more serving of these pancakes yet to come to us. So I'm going to share the Google Translate we just shared and made her laugh with us. So we're going to show you how this is done. All right, Phil.
Okay. Put it in here. Add a little bit of everything.
What is that? Green papaya?
There's green banana.
Green banana?
This is
Cucumber,
cucumber.
green mango,
Green mango. Yeah.
oh, onion,
Some lettuce.
Those leaves?
Let's
Just grab them with your fingers.
I just
That's enough. We have a lot of bites to eat. Roll her up.
dip and eat.
He looks very happy. So here's the one I made. We're gonna dip it.
the smell of this basil.
Very good.
I just have to show you how ridiculous this is. How bad we look right now. We're never gonna get to that one. We just thought these were the little pancakes we had last night. Oh, Mike said why, and he's looking at his watch. We have 2 hours, so we might be hanging out at Miss Mean for a while. So, and we've all learned better techniques and how to assemble the rolls that you do. So, lesson learned. We did our best. We really did, and we pretty much demolished this. I don't need to eat for a week. The people in that restaurant were absolutely delightful, and they could have been in the back laughing and whatnot, but they weren't, because we truly ordered too much food. I ordered 2 and pointed at Phil and me, and then and spring rolls, and then she started walking away, and I'm like, no, these guys, and then they ordered 2, and totally get why she started walking away, because 2 would have been perfect for the 4 of us. I think we all would have left feeling a little more comfortable. We have a half-hour drive with a private driver to Hoi An. See if any of us fall asleep and go into food coma for that one. But I think lunch is out for today, and a late dinner on the docket. So, all right, we're gonna go get ourselves situated and ready, and we'll see you once our driver arrives. I'm happy to report we're at our Airbnb in Hoi An. We had a great driver who brought us from Da Nang down here. He is 5 years younger than me, so 1972, and he told us that his father worked for the Americans during the Vietnam War. And he was able to point out various things on our way down as to where the old military base was for the US, and it's still there. There's walls still blocking it, but you can see some of the buildings, but the whole area is still untouched. They didn't tear it down, and they didn't do anything with it, which kind of surprises me when you look at Da Nang and how expensive real estate must be. But who knows? He also pointed out Marble Mountains, and that's where the US military base was, in the Marble Mountains as well, correct? Yes, correct. Phil is the historian. When he was looking things up, because there was so much white marble statues and whatnot around there, and he said that this was Italy, Vietnam, this area of Vietnam, and one other place, and I'm sorry I don't remember where, were the 3 places that had this type of marble. It was very beautiful. There were so many huge statues on the way down, and craftspeople who had made various Buddhas and other icons and many other different things out of marble. Our Airbnb is fantastic. Phil and I have the downstairs room, and we immediately got in and turned that air conditioning unit to the lowest setting it would go, which is 18 degrees Celsius here. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, and it's in the 60s. That's all that matters to me. I think it might be 69 or something like that. That's what matters, is it's cooling down. Happy to report the bed, Phil.
Wonderful.
Much more comfortable than our last one. And then this is the fun thing that we have from our room, is that our room leads straight out to a swimming pool.
Flamingo sanctuary.
And it's not so much, yeah, the Flamingo Sanctuary. And it's not so much that you would actually go swimming in it as much as you would cool yourself, because it is definitely humid here and warm. We're going to get ourselves organized, and we are going to head out to Old Town, and we are just a very short walk away from it, I think 5 minutes maximum, as we're on the island where Old Town is. And we'll be back with you. Okay, heading out and gonna go explore the Old Town. And this is this tiny little road where we're staying is behind us here. See if I can get, there you go. Now the sun's not killing it. But all the flags are out for tech, and it's looking pretty amazing. We were warned that we should go and take care of a lot of things today if we needed to exchange money or anything. Because of Tet, things were going to start closing because it's a week vacation where businesses and everything close, so the banks will close. So we're going to head in now and see what we can figure out. Okay, we're just getting situated in Old Town of Hoi An because you need to buy a ticket. Trying to understand it all to see if just in walking inside here if we needed a ticket, because the ticket also gets you into museums and stuff, but it did say on the bottom of it to give you access to all the streets and whatnot. And I think it's just one thing to, hopefully with UNESCO, is to keep the money in making sure the place stays clean and a good place. So no cars allowed. Obviously scooters are very much allowed and encouraged. So, all right, we'll be back. Really gotta say I'm feeling a little bit discombobulated here because we've been so used to being in cities and then either a city or something very pastoral. And this is very tourist. And our driver who brought us from Da Nang, as I was talking about earlier, said that it used to be a lot of Westerners who used to come here, but they're abandoning it because there are so many Chinese and Koreans coming, and the noise level had gone up quite a bit. Said that Westerners were quieter, which I found surprising, were quieter and didn't like the noise anymore, and so they're finding other places to go. I'm seeing a lot of Westerners here, but I'm also seeing a lot of people from Korea and other Asian nations. So. I know I've used the word before, but this place is a little overwhelming for me. Even though we were in Hanoi with 9 million people, and this is much smaller, but wow, so many tourists and tourist mentality, so they're really not going anyplace. They're just meandering, and if we don't know where we're going, we become part of the meandering and part of that problem, and I don't do well in that. So just trying to take pictures and timing some of the pictures, you've got to really want that photo because there are constantly people in for selfies and things like that. So I can imagine it'll be worse this evening when we actually get to all the lanterns lit. So we shall see. Okay, we absolutely have a photo shoot going on here, right here. 4 people taking 2 people's pictures. Okay. So
some people will do anything for their subscribers.
But you know what? It actually looks like wedding because she's in a white dress and she does have a veil. So I don't know if they got married or what's going on.
She's got a lot of followers.
Some of these buildings date back to the 1700s, hence the World Heritage Site in UNESCO. It's pretty incredible. Okay, so I'm talking about in regards to tourism. It's just a lot of tour groups. And the sun's run, this is probably the warmest we've had it. And we've got a little pool outside our room that has cool water in it. I think I'll put my suit on and whale into it, W-H-A-L-E, and displace a little water and just relax. So, all right, we'll catch you back here this evening. Although, we may catch some more stuff at home, but for this point right now, we're gonna sign off from Old Town Hoi An. I'm doing this for Phil. Voila, it's a bunch of bananas chopped up, and then we'll get that to go. Looks great. That was a really good decision. This banana pancake with Nutella is out of this world. Phil?
Oh.
Is that good for you?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Okay, talk about a system reset. I was overwhelmed. I was getting cranky. It was hot. There were so many people. There was like, if you wanted to take a picture, there was just too many people. And, uh-oh, it's coming up behind me. There's just too many people to try to do much of the photography that I wanted to do. So I'll be curious how it is tonight. So Mike booked this Airbnb and did a magnificent job, and we have a swimming pool. It's not big, but you know what? It is absolutely perfect because you can just kick back and push Phil out of the way, or
Swim over me?
yeah, swim over him. Exactly. So, and we have this pink flamingo, which I have successfully capsized about 4 times trying to get on it. But this gives you a better view of our Airbnb. Here's Phil. And then there's Mike up on their deck. And then we have the 4 bikes. And if we come back a little bit, we even have lanterns in our trees that are already turned on. But I love these plants which cascade down into the pool, and that's our room straight ahead. It was such a nice feeling to get home and to walk in there and to have the air conditioning on. There's little cards in there that turns the electricity off, and I took ours out when we were leaving, and about 30 seconds later the air conditioner went off, and I was panicked and went, hell no, put my card back in. And Bonnie and Mike took one for the team because they don't have air conditioning in Alaska, even in the summer when it gets really hot there, in my terms, because it felt so hot when we were there with the kids. But she said theirs stayed on. So I'm going to be curious. I may be daring and try it, but who knows. All right, we're going to end this video here. Okay, since the swimming pool, we really haven't gotten up to much, and now we're headed to dinner, which is just under a mile walk. We're going to head over into the area that Mango, who was our food guide in Hanoi, had made some recommendations to us. One of them is closed, but we shall persevere and see what we can find. It'll be nice to be able to see the old town, and with all their lanterns, this is one of those cities that shines at night. So I'm really excited to see all of the lanterns illuminated and whatnot. So we'll see you a little further into Old Town. I naively thought it would be easier at this time of night to do this, but there's so much traffic and whatnot. And there are people out on boats and there's lanterns on the bay. So I think we're going to try to cross the street and get over there for a quick second to see if I can capture any of that. Wish us luck. Okay, if I thought it was going to be any better at nighttime, I was stupid because of course how the lanterns are lit. And it's crazy, but this will give you an idea. And I'm going to attempt a time lapse right now. We'll see. Trying to figure out where we're gonna go for dinner. We're trying to go over to this banh mi restaurant and just get sandwiches for dinner. It's the one that Anthony Bourdain had gone to and recommended, and our food tour guide said is the best in all of Vietnam, as well as Heidi Hodges' son Fred. It's the exact same place he told us to go. So we're headed over there. Not sure if they're open in the evening. If not, we will at least know where they are tomorrow so we can go back. And if they're not open, we'll just find someplace else to eat. So many options here, and it's great, and it's cooled down. I don't feel as cagey anymore. So, all right, and Bonnie even practiced her negotiation skills. She wanted to get a dragonfly made out of palm leaves that was woven, and the guy asked for 50, and she said no, she thought it was too much because she didn't realize the conversion. It was just over $2, and then he went down to 40, and she still said no at $1.80. So she realized it and went back and got it. As I was buying these 2 cat cards that some artist from Poland had made, and that's helping them travel around Southeast Asia. So, oh, the places Google Maps will take you. We're now heading down. Not even sure if you can see me right now. We're heading down a dark alley, cutting through over to where this banh mi restaurant is. It says we're about 4 minutes away. But it's always interesting things when you walk down these back alleys here. We walked down one today and I was able to get a picture that I was really happy with. So, all right, I'm gonna focus back on walking and seeing if we can locate this restaurant. Okay, we found the banh mi restaurant. And that's how that's happening. They're making Phil and me big banh mis, and we're each gonna have a beer, and Mike and Bonnie are busy ordering as well. It was good. I still think I like banh mi 25 in Hanoi better, but this was good. Delicious. How was the tofu, Mike? So we're heading out. Thank you. Heading out. Definitely a busy part of town. It was one of the busier restaurants we saw. So we'll start making our way back. We've now found ourselves in a night market of candy and dried fruits. I mean, most of these stands are all candy and dried fruits. So I don't know if, again, this is in prep for tech or what, but it's pretty cool. Now we're getting up to some other merchandise. You got some rambutan. I love these little markets. It's so cool. We'll see. Maybe I'll work on my bargaining skills and see if we get anything. Some of these are already closing up for the night, but I don't even know what the operating hours are of it, but something pretty cool. It's pretty great. Hoi An is on a river, or an inlet as well, from the South China Sea. And so the city is really known for all these lanterns, and so there's all these boats which head out where you can take boat rides, and people send candles out in, for lack of a better description, like Asian food takeaway containers, and they just send them down the river, and it's pretty beautiful. But these lanterns are pretty special, and Phil and I just bought 2 for the back area of our deck. So hoping to add a little bit of memories during the summertime from Vietnam. So, all right, we'll be back later. It's so pretty. You see all this, all the different lights in this city. It is truly just a city of lanterns, and it is so beautiful and so special. Huh. It makes the chaos of today a little easier to stomach. It's just all soft lighting. There's no caustic lighting. Even the ones with LEDs in them aren't even that obnoxious. So just makes for a fun little experience when you're walking around. And as I said, it's much cooler out this evening, which makes all of us very happy. Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna find some sort of dessert, and I'll be back in touch with you. See ya. All right, we're on one of the bridges in Hoi An, crossing the river, and as I said, they have these lanterns, and you can see them in the water floating, and I just lit one for my brother and sent it down the river with my love and some very good wishes for him. So I hope it carries around for a long time. Give you an idea of all pretty incredible. Liquid nitrogen. Yum.
Yep.
Take a bite. Just stick it. There you go. You put it in your mouth. Now breathe. All right, my turn. He had such trepidation with it. I think he was afraid he was gonna freeze.
It's just refreshing.
My eyes are delicious. Yum. Just like a little kid. Oh, damn you health inspectors. Honestly, I don't know why we don't have this in the United States. If these people aren't dying from any diseases or from getting sick from this most of the time. So why can't we have this? I mean, it is incredible. The night culture, and then all of the different foods and people just sitting out and eating. It's pretty special. Wish we could do this at home. But if we did, it'd be less special here. So, all right, don't know how much more I'm gonna film this evening as we make our way back to our Airbnb. It's been a first fun day in Hoi An, a little stressful at times, but the dip in the pool certainly helped me bring my temperature down and my attitude down. So maybe we'll see you again tonight. If not, see you tomorrow.